And why don't you start by saying your name, the name of your business?
My name is Brenda Bernstein. I am the owner of the Essay Expert, which is a writing and editing service where we specialize in helping people write about themselves, which is something that a lot of people don't like to do. Mostly what I do is resumes and cover letters, as well as LinkedIn profiles and professional bios. And I also really love helping people who are applying to college or graduate school or law school with their application essays.
And you're sitting currently in an office in your home.
Yes, I work out of my home when I'm not out meeting people, which I do a lot. I do a lot of networking. But when I'm not at meetings or giving presentations outside, I pretty much work from home.
You said you do presentations. Where do you do these presentations and like what kinds of things?
Well, I have one coming up on February 9th. Well, I'll be speaking with UW social work students about how to write a resume, so I'll be doing that. In the past, I've given presentations, for instance, to the Downtown Optimist Society on how to write a killer LinkedIn profile. That's one of my little trademarked PowerPoint presentations that I've done. I've given presentations to some other networking groups in Madison, mostly on issues around LinkedIn.
And how did you start in this particular business?
Well, my background is that I was an English major at Yale, so I got a lot of skills in writing. And even back in college, everyone came to me with their editing projects. So I just kind of started doing it naturally. And then after college, people still kept coming to me, asking for help with their college applications, med school applications. And my friends were getting into Columbia Med School, and they're getting into Harvard speech and language pathology school, or all kinds of success with essays that I helped them with. So I knew that that was something I was good at. I also went to law school. I went to NYU Law, and I practiced law for 10 years. It never was quite the right fit for me, and I kept coming back to loving helping people with their writing, helping people express themselves on the page. So I worked part-time even while I was practicing law for Kaplan as a law school admissions consultant. And after 10 years of practicing law, I said, you know what, that's it. I'm moving out of New York. I was in New York at the time. Then I'm moving out of New York. Never really liked living in New York, to be honest. And I chose to come and live in Madison. So I started my business here. It really took me maybe 6 months before I really got my website up and really started on the business. And then also for 1 year while I've been here, I worked at the law school as a JD not admissions advisor, as a JD career advisor. So I helped a lot of law students with their resumes and their cover letters to get their summer internships and their positions after school. And I had a lot of success with that as well. So that also gave me some background and more practice in doing resumes. And as I've done more and more of the resumes, I've started to move into executive resumes, some nice formats that really, someone can pick up one of these resumes and immediately get an impression that this person is very successful, and it's just a very nice looking document. So I've been moving forward and learning what I need to learn to really write excellent resumes for people. And then I still do the college applications, law school applications, things like that.
How long has your business been up and running here in Madison?
It'll be 2 years, March 27th.
And you mentioned a little bit about how you promote the business by having worked at the law school. What other ways do you promote a business like this? I know a lot of people think that it would be fun to go into business for themselves and do that, but how do you actually connect with your potential customers?
I do a lot of my marketing, I guess you would call it, through LinkedIn. I have a blog. So whenever I write a blog article, I actually have someone who helps me out and posts my article to LinkedIn groups. And I have all of my blog articles get rotated throughout all of my LinkedIn groups, so people start to hear about me. And I get a very high percentage of my business actually through LinkedIn. I do get business also through Google. I've done as much search engine optimization as I can figure out to do. And some people will search on Google for a resume writer in Madison or college essay assistance or writer in Madison. So the other day I got a call from someone whose son is at the UW, and he is a freshman now, and he just wants to get into the business segment or the business specialty at the UW. So I'm going to get to work with him and help him get into the program that he wants to get into. And she told me she searched on Google for just college essay people, but there's so many of them. So I think she decided to narrow it down and say, okay, who's in Madison? And that's how she found me.
And are you a one-person operation here, or do you have other people helping?
I'm mostly a one-person operation. I have an intern that I actually got through a program in Madison. She gets paid through a program with Goodwill, which is a really great program. So that's really great. I mean, she is working here now, and she's becoming very valuable, so it might be that I end up employing someone local even after her internship is over. And then I do have consultants who I work with. I have it set up so that if I get too busy and someone comes in with a project, that I have some trusted people who I can give some of the work to.
And you joined Dane Buy Local a few years ago. How do you feel about the concept of supporting local businesses, and do you have any philosophy or things you want to say about that?
Sure, I love supporting local businesses. I really have made an effort since joining Dane Buy Local, especially to go. I mean, even something like Orange Tree Imports. I think I probably got flyers from Orange Tree Imports before I joined Dane Buy Local. But then once I joined Dane Buy Local, I really got what a great company it is, and I made sure to go there next time I needed something that was available in that store. I went there specifically to purchase it. And the more I find out, I found out that the Ace Hardware on Willie Street, they're not a member of Dane Buy Local, but I did find out that how Ace Hardware works and that it's a local company, and that really makes it feel even better to me to shop there, and I'll go to this one instead of going to some other big hardware store. And I love working, personally, I just love working with local clients, because I get that when I help someone with a resume, then it helps a business in Madison to hire someone great. And even though I do work with people really all over the world with the business I do, because that's what's possible with the internet and telephone, there's always something a little bit different about working with a local person and just helping them get a job or helping them get into school here.